Welcome to Crimes Beyond Borders, where we'll bring you the most thrilling true crime stories every single day. If you're fascinated by mystery, intrigue, and the darker side of human nature, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us as we unravel the most shocking and perplexing criminal cases from around the world. The story is about to begin after this intro.
From city streets to far-off lands, mystery slipping through our hands. Crimes beyond borders they speak, voices strong but words are meek. Every story leaves a mark, whispers softly in the dark.
Our stories at first are made for ourselves, to comfort us, to help us sleep, and to learn. Along the way, they become a part of our journey, teaching us English and fueling our passion for true crime. So, listen carefully, and if you're about to sleep, close your eyes. Let's begin.
The tragic case of Gabriel Fernandez. Gabriel Fernandez, an 8-year-old boy from Palmdale, California, endured unspeakable abuse at the hands of his mother, Pearl Fernandez, and her boyfriend, Isoro Aguirre. His story is one of unimaginable cruelty, systemic failure, and the enduring fight for justice. Gabriel's early life. Gabriel was born on February 20, 2005, in Los Angeles County. His early years were tumultuous. Pearl Fernandez, his mother, struggled with substance abuse and was largely absent from his life. As a result, Gabriel was raised by his uncle, Michael Lemos Carranza, and his partner, David Martinez, who provided a stable and loving home. However, in 2012, Pearl regained custody of Gabriel under dubious circumstances. It marked the beginning of a nightmare that would ultimately end in his death. The abuse begins. Almost immediately after moving in with Pearl and her boyfriend, Isoro Aguirre, Gabriel became the target of horrific abuse. He was subjected to physical, emotional, and psychological torment on a daily basis. The abuse included being beaten with belts and metal hangers, forced to eat cat litter and feces, locked in a small cabinet for hours, bound and gagged, burned with cigarettes, shot in the face and groin with a BB gun. Pearl and Isoro justified their abuse by claiming Gabriel was gay, a belief they used to dehumanize and brutalize him further. Gabriel, who was a kind and sensitive child, reportedly wrote notes asking his mother why she didn't love him, a chilling reflection of his desperate yearning for acceptance. Systemic failures. Gabriel's teachers and others in his community noticed signs of abuse and raised alarms multiple times. Over the course of 8 months, numerous reports were made to the Los Angeles County Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS. Teachers documented bruises, burns, and Gabriel's alarming stories of abuse. One teacher reported Gabriel showing up to school with broken teeth and hair missing in clumps. Despite these reports, DCFS failed to intervene meaningfully. Social workers visited the home, but concluded Gabriel was not in immediate danger. In some instances, they accepted Pearl and Isoro's explanations without verifying the claims. This negligence proved fatal. The night of May 22, 2013. On May 22, 2013, Gabriel endured a final, fatal attack. That night, Pearl and Isoro beat him mercilessly, striking him with a baseball bat and shooting him repeatedly with a BB gun. They then left him unconscious on the floor for hours before calling 911. When paramedics arrived, they found Gabriel unresponsive, with multiple injuries covering his body. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors were horrified by his condition. His injuries included skull fractures, broken ribs, severe burns, extensive internal bleeding. Despite the medical team's best efforts, Gabriel succumbed to his injuries on May 24, 2013. He was just 8 years old. The investigation and trial. Gabriel's death led to the arrests of Pearl Fernandez and Isoro Aguirre. Prosecutors charged both with first-degree murder, with the special circumstance of torture. The trial revealed the extent of their cruelty. Witnesses testified about the sadistic abuse Gabriel suffered and the systemic failures that allowed it to continue. Isoro Aguirre's defense tried to paint him as intellectually limited, claiming he was manipulated by Pearl. However, evidence, including text messages and witness accounts, showed he was an active participant in Gabriel's torture. The jury convicted Isoro Aguirre, sentencing him to death in November 2017. Pearl Fernandez pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Systemic repercussions. Gabriel's case sparked national outrage and led to widespread criticism of DCFS and other agencies involved in his care. 4 social workers, Stephanie Rodriguez, Patricia Clement, Kevin Baum, and Gregory Merritt, were charged with felony child abuse and falsifying public records. Prosecutors argued that their negligence contributed to Gabriel's death. Although these charges were eventually dismissed, the case highlighted glaring flaws in the child welfare system, including overburdened and undertrained social workers, a lack of follow-through on abuse reports, inadequate coordination between law enforcement and child protection agencies. Gabriel's death became a rallying cry for reforms, including increased oversight of child welfare agencies and mandatory training for social workers. Gabriel's legacy. Despite the horrific circumstances of his death, Gabriel's story has not been forgotten. Documentaries like *The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez* brought his case to a global audience, sparking discussions about child abuse and systemic accountability. In his memory, advocates continue to push for reforms to ensure no child endures what Gabriel did. His case is a sobering reminder of the importance of vigilance and intervention in suspected abuse cases. A heartbreaking conclusion. Gabriel Fernandez's story is one of profound tragedy. It underscores the devastating consequences of unchecked abuse and systemic failure. While his life was cut short, his legacy endures as a symbol of the urgent need for reform in protecting vulnerable children. Gabriel's gentle spirit, as remembered by those who loved him, is a call to action, to listen, to act, and to never forget the lessons of his life and death.
The story has come to an end, but stay relaxed. If you feel yourself drifting off to sleep, just let the video play and enjoy the soothing music in the background. Let it guide you gently into rest. We'll be here, bringing you more stories every night. Sleep well, and see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Whispers, cities asleep, mystery in the air, it seeps. Flickering lamps dimly glow, secrets hidden where few will go. In the half-light, truth begins to show. Unseen forces pull and tow. Windows shut, curtains drawn tight, lonely figures melt in the night. Echoes fade out of sight, moments falls.